All right, now, again, we're going to start with question number 2. And I'm going to try to show you exactly how I want you to handle these. But remember, as I said yesterday, you've got to let me teach first. You've got to let me teach first. All right? So just put your eyes up on the board. I already talked to you yesterday about the fact that these are harder than what we did yesterday. The reason they're harder is because the leading coefficient is not a 1, which means there are options. All right, which means there are options. As I work down the page, 4 is considered a hard problem. 6 is considered hard. 8, 14, 20, those are all considered hard. The reason why those are considered hard is because 6 you can break down to 6x and x, or what? 2x and 3x. Now, 20 is really annoying because that can break down to 1 and 20, 2 and 10, or 4 and 5. That's why students don't like factoring, because there isn't an algorithm. It's actually thinking. You have to be able to multiply and add, all right, and answer 2 questions. And if you can do that, these problems are very easy, all right? We're going to do the same process as what we did yesterday, though, all right? So I want you to take a look now at question number 2. All right, the first thing we do is we always start with 2 sets of parentheses. Now, again, all right, the only possible factors for 2x squared are 2x and x. So we're going to start out with 2x and x. All right. Now, what's nice here is 3. That only has one factor also. The only factor there is 3 and 1. Here, right here. Perfect. 3 and 1. Yeah. Bless you. Now again, guys, I mean it. It's time to go. Time to listen. I don't know where you've been. All right. So I'm going to do it incorrectly first. I'm going to do it incorrectly first, so I can show you exactly the technique that you need. All right. So I'm going to put a 3 here and a 1 here. Now put your eyes up so you can see. You need the smiley face. I have 1x, and I have what? 6x. I can make 5x with 1x and 6x if the 6 is positive and the 1 is negative. But why is that wrong? The reason it's wrong is because the negative 1 times the positive 3 would give me negative 3. That is why. So that is incorrect. So you should make 100 on the test because you always can just check your work. It's very simple. All right. Now let me explain to you what I have here. So this now I'm going to make as a 3 here and a 1 here. Now what do you notice? This right here is 3x, and this right here is what? 2x, which makes a total of what? 5x, if they're both positive. Now how do I know that's right? I know that's right because a positive 3 times a positive 1 gives me that positive 3. I know that 2x times that x gives me that 2x squared, and then the middle term works out. 3 and 2 makes 5. All right, it's kind of annoying. All right, but as you do them, as you go down, you'll start to get the hang of it. It really isn't that hard. All right, so I'm going to do the next one. All right, and when I do the next one now, all right, I want you to kind of just visualize with me. Always, we start with opening up 2 sets of parentheses. All right, now the only possibility for 2y squared is what? 2y and y. Now you're trying to make a 9. This one should be pretty easy because the only possible factors for 5 are what? 1 and 5. Now again, if I put 5 here and I put 1 here, I have 5 and 2. Is that possible to make 9 with 5 and 2? No. So I have to move the 5 here and the 1 here. Now what do you see? Hold up, hold up. 5 here and 1 here. Now what do you see? 10 and 1. and I need it to be a negative 9. So I want my 10 to be what? Negative, and my 1 to be what? Positive. All right, and then we're done. That's the answer. All right, anybody have any questions with that? All right, now join me on number 8. All right, join me on number 8. I want 2 sets of parentheses. Bless you, bless you. All right, the only factors of 3c squared are what? 3c and c. Now I need your attention here. Middle factors of 6 are 2 and 3. You're going to save yourself a lot of time if you listen to what I'm saying right now. Connor, you cannot miss this. Cannot miss this. Cannot miss this. You can't put the 3 here. You cannot put the 3 there because it will have a common factor with 3. Listen to what I just said. These will never have a common factor. Those will never have a common factor. So the 3, instead of being on the left side, automatically goes to the what? To the right side. So I'm going to force this 3 over here, and I'm going to put a 2 here. And let's see if that works. So how much is this? 2 and... Can 2 and 9 make 17? No. So that doesn't work. So now I know that it's not 2 and 3. It has to be what? It has to be 1 and 6. All right? So now, can I put the 6 here? No, you cannot. The reason it doesn't go there is because it will have a common factor with the 3. Is everybody hearing me? So now I know that the 6 has to go over here. Everybody got that? And now you can look at the smiley faces. How much do I have here? 18 and 1. I want it to be negative 17. Bless you. I need to be negative. So the 6 would be, and the 1 would be. Now, how do we know that? So you go back and just say, hey, that's negative 18. That's positive 1. That makes negative 17. All right, come on now. Number 11. All right, everybody join me on number 11 now. All right, I think it's time to let someone help me. All right, 2 sets of parentheses. All right, Miles, tell me what to do.
So it would be open parentheses 3x.
Good job.
In the first one, and then x in the second.
Exactly.
And so then I would say no. It wouldn't.
No,
be
just
2.
tell me the middle
wouldn't
factors
be-
of 8.
Huh?
Just tell me the middle
it's
factors
2
of
and
8.
4.
2 and 4. Listen, don't do me a favor. You can do this on your own, but right now we're just going to put 4 and 2. All right? We're just going to randomly put 4 and 2 in because I want everybody. What he's doing is he's in his mind, he's matching up the numbers. And like I said, some of you are good with numbers, so this is going to be easier. Some of you are not as good as numbers. It's going to be harder, and you have to write it out. All right? I expect you at some point to be able to just look at that and tell me the answer. Number 14, you should be able to look at that and tell me the answer. But right now, you haven't had the experience, so you can't just look at things and tell me the answer. You've got to solve it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put down 4 and 2. I don't know that that's right or that's wrong.
That's in the right spot.
Okay, so let's see if it is. How much is this?
That's 4x, and then the other one's 6x.
Shh, hold up, hold up. And this is how much?
6x.
Can I make 10 with 4 and 6?
Yes.
If they're both what?
Negative.
All right, now we're just going to double check ourselves. Because negative times the negative is the what? Positive 8. 3x times the x is the 3x squared. And the negative 4 and the negative 6 makes the negative. So I know I'm right. I know I'm right. All right? All right, Miss Danzy, what?
I'm just a little bit confused on like how you're getting. Like I know how you got 6x and 4x, but like.
How do I know what signs?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get negative 10. So if I have 4x and 6x, how do I make that negative 10? They both have to be negative. That's how simple it
And
is.
so for like the smiley faces, it's like
You're multiplying.
It's like the two last ones and the two middle ones.
Right, they call that the outer and the inner.
And then
You multiply them, and then you add and subtract.
Okay.
What?
So you start off it with 3x and x. So is the 3x, well, so the guys is the one from the beginning, but is the ever x, is that taken from the 10?
No. No, because 3x times x is 3x squared. That's where that's coming from. All right, so let's look at the next one. All right, Miss Danzy. Now, you get busy on it right now. Put it down. Follow us.
So would it be 3x and 15?
Has to be 3x and x.
And then x.
Okay?
And then the only factors would be 2 are 1 and 2.
So this one should be pretty easy.
So would you put positive 2?
No, just tell me, it has to be 2. Where do you want the 2 to go? All right, and the 1 at the... Okay, now listen to me. Don't do the signs until the end. Don't do the signs until the end. Do the smiley face now. How much is this?
That would be 3x. Oh, no, sorry. That would be 2x.
And that is?
3x.
Is it possible to make 7 with 2 and 3? No. So 2 and 1, that's not the right order. So all we do is now we switch them.
So 1 in the first one, 2 in the second.
1 and 2. Now, what do I have?
You have 6x and 1x, which means 7. If they're positive.
If they're both positive. Come on, it's so simple. So simple once you get that idea. All right, Abby. Tell me.
So that would be 2x and x.
Right? Now listen, some of you guys did so much better on your next test because you paid attention. Sometimes I get a little nervous when the pirates come because you get distracted by flipping the ball up in the air, by the beads, by looking cool. Stop doing that now. It's too important. Stop messing around. Follow along. Do the problems with me. All right? I don't want to come back on Tuesday and I'm not reteaching it. All right? Focus, focus, focus. Go.
So 4 and
Now, again, let's talk about 2 and 2 first. How do I know 2 and 2 can't work?
because they don't.
Well, because if I put 2 there, it has a common factor with 2. So 2 and 2 right off the bat. If you listened, that can't go there. There's nowhere for 2 and 2 to go. So it has to be what?
4 and
It has to be 4 and 1. Now, where does the 4 have to go?
on the right side.
On the right side. And the 1 has to go here. Now you do your smiley face. 1x and makes if they're both positive. Look how nice. Very nice, very nice. All right, now Miss Bain, you're up.
That's 4x and x.
How do you know? You sure? All right, now listen, I'm going to start with 2x and 2x though. Do you hear me? Because I always tell kids you should start with the middle factors. You hear me? Start with the middle factors. Now, you're probably right, but I'm just saying, I want to go through the whole entire process. All right? Now, the middle factors of 15 are what? So I'm just going to put 5 and 3 down. We're just going to look at that. How much is this? How much is this? 6. Does that make 17? No, so it doesn't work, right? And if I switch the 3 and 5, would it matter? No, because I'm still multiplying by 2. You agree with me or not? You understand what I'm saying? You sure? I know. I'm saying you're right. I'm trying to show you, though, if you were sitting down just starting this problem, how you should be thinking about it. Do you understand me? Right, I'm going to let you tell me the right answer in a minute, but I'm just saying, now that 5 and 3 don't work, it's best to try 15 and 1. But 15 and 1's not going to work because that's 30 and 2. That's not going to make 17, right? Okay, so like I said, you were right. But I just wanted to show everybody that technique. You're not going to be right off the bat. That's why kids don't like it, because there isn't an algorithm. There's not a process. This is guessing and checking. All right? That's all it is. All right, so now lead us. So we're going to do 4x and x, and then? But I just want you to put the 3 and the 5 down. Right? Listen, you understand what I'm saying? I just don't want the answer. Right? So then this is how much? And this is, which makes 17 if? That's exactly how I want you to say it. All right, now look, you cannot get good at this unless you do the problems. You can't sit and watch me do that and go, wow, he's pretty good at that. You have to do it yourself. You have to make the mistakes. You have to figure out why things don't work and why they do work. Tell me.
How did you get 17?
So you do the smiley faces. Listen to me. Very important. How much is this? And how much is this? Which makes that. You agree? These two up front, the 4x and the x makes the 4x squared. The one on the back end, negative 15, is from negative 3 and positive 5. You see it? All right. Let me have Hanson. Tell me what to do here, buddy.
So 3y increase y.
Good job.
And then start with the middle one, so 3 and 2.
Where does the 3 have to go?
On the right side.
On the right side. Thank you. So now what do I have?
You have 3y and 2y.
I need you to multiply.
Or 9y.
There you go. There you go. That's what I was hoping. And now you can make
7
if.
negative 2 and positive.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Very important. Very important. All right, Will, let's see if you're paying attention. Come on now. Okay. Good. Where does the 7 have to go? Very good, buddy. And how much here? I'm ready. Shh. I appreciate it very much. I'm so happy you know what you're doing. Let him tell me. I mean that, what I just said. Okay? I've told you should be making A's. Go. Yes, they're both positive. Is there a question on that, or is that you sure? Yeah, that's easy. Simple. Simple. Okay? Madeline, help me out with 29.
Okay, so the only factors are 7, x, and
Nice.
And then we do 2 and 4.
Good.
And they'd have to both be.
They both are negative. Come on, guys. Pretty happy with you. All right. I'll let you do one.
I have a question.
Good.
Why would they both be negative?
Because you want negative 30, don't you? And how much is this right here?
Okay, yeah. Never
Come
mind.
on, come on. It's not dumb. All right? Just think about it.
And now I'm.
Yep. Let's see what you're going to do.
So, 2x and x.
Okay, hold on.
And then factors of 3 are 1 and 3.
So,
So, it would be
where do you want the 3 to go?
the left side. And they would both be negative.
There you go. They both be negative. All right? That's a hard one because a lot of people make a mistake and put +1 and -3. It's not +1 and -3. Tell me. Because look here. Look. Very important. You ready? -3 times -1 has to be +3. You understand me? And then if you do the smiley face, -3 and -2 makes the -5. You hear me?
I did it the other way.
Yeah, it doesn't work. If you switch the 1 and the 3, that's considered the hardest problem because there's 2 possibilities to make the middle term. You hear me?
Yeah.
But only one will work. Only one will work. All right, let's go with 35. Leander, I'll let you do the next one.
It'd be 5x and x.
Good.
And then it'd be 11.
Okay. So 5x and x. Now what?
11 and 1.
Now, no. Come on. It's these factors. Come on.
Oh, sorry, 1 and
1 and
2.
shh. Yes, 1 and 2. Don't be sorry. Just let's get there. Let's get there.
Put 2 on the left. So then 1.
So now let's double check.
No.
Right. Good. So that's what you're supposed to do. So then what?
Then we do 3 of 1.
That's right. I'm telling you, it's just you have to not be lazy. Is what I'm trying to tell some of you. Right? Just check your work. If you check your work, it's going to be 100% on the test.
And then we do 10x and 11.
So
So then you want to do -1.
and
Positive 2.
now if you make that positive, what's going to happen?
Oh, sorry, negative.
That's right. So they're both negative. Now come on, I'm going to make sure I'm right here now. So how much is this again?
-1.
How much is this?
Negative.
Which makes, you understand me? And now look here, just to make sure, 5x and x represents the 5x squared. Positive 2 is from -1 and -2. You hear me? All right. Caroline, you're up.
So you're gonna start off with 2x and x.
Good.
And then I started off with 5 and 3.
Where do you want the 5 to go? Beautiful. So
And then I did positive 5 and then
you're awesome. That's exactly correct. All right, Ellis, let's see if you're listening today. Tell me what you got, kiddo.
on the left.
Okay. And then what? Very good job, girl. Very good. So now when you read that, what you want the 10 to be. Very good. Nice. That's exactly correct. Very, very good. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about it. What?
Why is it 2 instead of, why is it 3 instead of 6? Or like, why is it 3 and 2 instead of 6?
Well, because if I try 6 and 1, that combination is not going to give me 7. Every time you have to, every single time you have to double check your work. All right, Avery, did you do one yet? All right, you're up, kiddo. Now again, you're trying to do 44 before she does 44. You're trying to have the answer. The only way you know if you're doing it is if you beat Avery. All right, that's what you should be doing. You shouldn't be copying down what I write on the board. That's the problem some of you are having. Writing down my answer is not going to get you a good grade. You have to beat the person who's putting the answer up on the board. Then you can tell if you know what you're doing. All right, go.
So,
Shh.
try 3x and then 2x.
Good.
Or 3y.
I know what you mean. It doesn't matter.
So would you have to change it to 6
I'm just asking you, what are the factors of 1?
of 1?
You see what I'm saying? I don't know what the right answer is. We're just randomly going through. So I'm putting a 1 and a 1. Yeah, they're both negative. Because that would give you -2y and -3y, which is -5y. Agreed? All right, if you're good with numbers, this is kind of easy. What?
Can I get the same answer like with 6y plus y?
then that's not correct. Because a plus 1 times a minus 1 is going to be a negative 1. Six y, 1, 1. You want this to be negative and that to be positive, correct? Is that correct? You're right, it's not. How do I know it's not correct? What is a positive 1 times a negative 1? Come on now. That's what I'm saying. You got to listen the whole time. What?
I thought, so I did that, I did like something that's like almost the same as that, but like, wouldn't it be like, so you would do like positive 1y, and then it would be like 6 times negative 1, and if you add them, then that's negative 5.
You didn't hear what I just said. Yes, that is absolutely correct. However, listen now, this is why you're making a mistake. What is a positive 1 times a negative 1? What is that? What's positive 1 times negative 1?
Negative 1.
It's supposed to be what? You understand me now? So it's not correct. All right? And we've already had 2 or 3 of those now that are common problems because you can get the middle term 2 different ways. And if you don't double check everything, you're going to think you're correct. All right? You're going to think you're correct. That's why I'm saying just double check everything. All right, Cole, you're up.
I did 7y and 7y.
Good.
And negative 7.
Where does 7 have to go?
No, right.
On the right. Very good. And then what would go on the left?
On 2.
Very good.
I did plus 7.
Nice work, man. Nice work. That's it. Exactly what I want. Exactly. Yes. 50. Go. Good job. And then what? Good job. Very nice. I'm telling you, it's not hard. It's not hard. Yes, Catherine.
Okay, so you do 7x in parentheses and then 2x in parentheses.
Thank you.
And then it would be minus 3 and minus 5.
Let's see. How much is that?
Negative 6x.
Very good. Very good. Very good. It's an annoying problem because there's more options. All right? I think everybody's had a shot at it. All right, let's just knock out the last 2. Did somebody get 56 yet? Go, Miss Danzy.
So I did 4x and 5x.
Good.
And then 5.
Oh, yes. Can 5 go on the right?
No.
No, that's right. 5 and 3.
So 5 and 3. So it would be 12x.
Wow, nice. That's a hard one. All right, if you thought that was easy, then this is going to be super easy. Factoring is easy. People don't like it because there's not a method to do it every time the same way. This is why it's most difficult, because you got to actually do some thinking. All right? You want to do the last one? What'd you get? 5x and
2x.
And then?
2.
Now, the reason why I know it's not 2 and 2 is because the 2 can't go with this guy. You with me? I can't put 2 over here because it would have a common factor. So instead of doing 2, I'd have to do what? 1 and what, though? Yes, 1 and 4. Where would the 4 have to go? I think you don't know your right and your left. 4 is the left. Now, is that right? How much is this? And this is? And I want it to be positive, so. And? You sure? What?
Why would it be negative?
Because you want it to be positive 3, right? 8 minus 5 is 3.
Okay.
All right, now my advice, listen to me, guys, is you have 2 more columns, right? I don't want a lot of homework. I'm not going to give you a lot of homework, but we're going to finish this up on Tuesday. I'm not reteaching it on Tuesdays. Everybody hear me? I want you to do the first column. Then we'll do the what? Third column on Tuesday. Everybody hear me? Now, I think it's pretty easy. All right? I think it's pretty easy. And I know it's because you guys did well. All right? So try to do the first column as much as you can. And then on Tuesday, I'm checking the worksheet before this because it's important to have that done. All of those 84 problems. All right? And then Tuesday, I'm also going to double check that the first column is done. All right, those of you guys who want to make an A, it wouldn't be a bad idea to try them all if you can. All right, the more practice, the better. I promise. All right, Connor, you good? All right, let's go now. Come on. Just continue working. All right, just continue working. We have, what time's the bell ring? So, yeah, we got 14 minutes. Yeah, you guys, 14 minutes might be good enough to get them all done. All right? Good job today. Good job.